Should you sell your property in White Bear Lake, Minnesota right now? What is happening with the real estate market in White Bear Lake, Minnesota? That's what this video is covering. So that way I can educate you as much as possible so that way you make an informed decision whether you want to list your house now or later or hold on to your property and maybe rent it out instead. I'm Ali Garcet. I'm a real estate agent. I'm providing these videos so that way you can make the most educated decision whether or not you even decide to hire me. If you do decide to hire me, you can book a call using the link in the description below. And from there, you and I will meet over Zoom and go over the next steps. So let's get to the statistics. I'm not going to throw a lot of information at you. I'm throwing the most important information to help you make the most educated decision possible. I'm not going to be the one sharing these videos that are just like, here's all this information, stats and numbers and trends and graphs and bars. That doesn't help you. These videos, these market update videos on my channel are to help break it down in layman's terms. We're going to be highlighting really just 3 important numbers to know instead of 101. Let's get started. Over here on the bar graph, as you can tell, December 2024 is the latest information of what we have. Right now is January 2025. We're looking at single family homes right here on the right hand side. And as easy as they can make it, it is a seller's market. So hooray for us. And extra hooray for you because in White Bear Lake, it's actually one of the few communities within Minnesota right now where you can list your house and sell for higher. This 100.9% means that whatever you list your house at, reasonably speaking, you can expect to sell at a higher amount than that. I'm telling you now, not every area is like that. So if you plan on selling in White Bear Lake right now, would be the time to do so because 55101, the St. Paul area, Mendota Heights, they're all in the 90s. White Bear Lake is one of the few areas where you're getting over 100% of what you're asking. That's great. So let's see. The median days that you can expect for your single family to be on the market for is 19 days. That's lower than everything else in the area. And when we look at sold listings, because I don't really care about pending, anything can happen with pending. I like actual closed data, real facts, real numbers. So we can see that in December, 19 properties closed. The median sales price rose from the month before that. And when I click on the median sold price, so that way we can take a look at that year over year, starting as far back as this tracks December 2019, all the way up until now, or the most recent information, which is December 2024, the prices have been increasing, steadily increasing, right? In between, you're going to see little ups and downs. Overall, we're trending north. So the median sold price, I like medians as opposed to averages because averages include the outliers and it could be heavily skewed, typically more north, which falsely leads sellers to think that they can sell for higher. So I like median. We're looking at $370,000 for a typical single family property in White Bear Lake. When we look at now the median days on the market, which is something else that I like because it tells you how long can you expect for your property to stay on the market. I want you to be, again, as educated as possible. I don't want you to think we can list your property and then sell it the next week. It's not like that. Although the good news is White Bear has a significantly lower amount of days on the market compared to a lot of other neighborhoods in this general area. So let's take a look at these outliers, right? These super high spikes. January of 2024, you were looking at single family, 51 days on the market. And the low over here was September 2023, 8 days. The high over here, February 2023, 39 days. This high over here, 55 days in February. Are we seeing a trend? Yes. But with that said, even though activity slows down in the winter months, elections make a big difference. And I will say things definitely slowed down in September, October, November, December of 2024. Buyers started to be a little bit more hesitant. What's going to happen with the market? What's going to happen with real estate? What's going to happen with the presidential election? Now that the election is over, buyers are out there. And even though the median price is increasing in White Bear Lake, it is still at a price that's affordable. And I use affordable very loosely, of course. We're in a period of time in America where everything is the most unaffordable it's ever been. With that said, White Bear Lake is overall still affordable. Now, how do interest rates play into that? Economists are predicting that the interest rates for mortgages are going to be between 6.5 to 7.8% in 2025. They're predicting that quarter 1 and quarter 4 are going to be the lowest interest rates near that 6.5 to 7%, and that quarter 2 and quarter 3 are going to be on the higher side, which is interesting because that's typically the heaviest activity months. You know, the spring and the summer, that's when school is out. That's when buyers like to come back into the market. That's when a lot more sellers put their property on the market. So with the prediction of interest rates being at the highest during quarter 2 and quarter 3, We'll see how this plays out, but overall, the difference or the delta between 6.5 to 7.8% is not that big. So if you are planning to list your property in the spring to then sell in the summer, even though the interest rates are going to be higher, which will decrease the buyer pool, it wouldn't be decreasing it to the point where you're going to lose out on buyers. The White Bear Lake stats speak for themselves. So with that said, you may be able to sell even faster and still for a high price during quarters 1 and quarter 4 at this time. Of course, anything can change. I cannot predict the future, and don't kill the messenger. I'm just here to tell you, if you wanted to sell right now, January, February, as you can tell, the median sales price is continuing to increase month over month. You'll be able to sell and go under contract rather quickly, especially before the interest rates rise starting quarter 2. If you have any questions on the next steps and you want to hire me, the best, actually and only way to book a call with me at this time is to go into the description below. There's a link. It's called Calendly. That's my program that I use for my calendar. When you click on that, you'll be able to book a call on a date and time that I'm available. So choose a date and time that's best for you and any other selling party. I'll need all parties on the call. We're going to cover 3 main things. The first thing is going to be exactly what your needs are. Are you looking to sell fast? Are you looking to sell high? What are your goals with selling? What's your intention? Maybe it's not a good time for you to sell. I don't tell everyone to sell. In fact, I always say, have you thought about renting? Because I'm a big proponent of keeping all the properties you can and renting it out for wealth and cash flow. Number 2 is going to be going over the most specific data points at that time. So if you are going to be booking a call with me this week, then at that point, most likely the statistics are still going to apply. But if you're watching this in a future month, things likely have changed. So I'm going to tell you and inform you of what the latest information is. And number 3, we're going to be covering agency. I'm going to be telling you exactly what to expect in real life scenarios, what I do for you, what you can expect of me, and what I can expect of you, because this is a 2-way relationship that we'll be signing off on. And we'll cover strategy as far as what to do with the buyer agent compensation, which has been a hot topic. In case you haven't been watching the news, that's totally fine. I understand it, but I want to let you know how we can negotiate the best deal for you with the NAR lawsuit, whether we should stage your property, how we're going to market your property and get the most eyeballs in, and overall the path forward. I look forward to seeing you either on the Zoom call, or if you want any more information, I have a bunch of videos on this channel already for you. So I'll see you there.